fine today.
You just sweet my heart.
You no get place for stay, pa.
Someone do how?
Mommy, I beg.
Just carry that ballon and come up quick for the compound before I do something you don't find.
I said come on for this house.
Another awesome day. Thank God it's Friday. OMG, what are you talking about? It is Friday. You know, I celebrate life. I celebrate every day. Welcome to Margaret Speaks. And I am Ambassador Dr. Margaret, the only Oprah of Africa. Yes, me, just me, myself. And we have nothing but goodness and mercy, empowerment, encouragement to let you know for such a time as this, nothing is too difficult for our God. Nothing is too difficult for us if we come together as a people. I'm sure if you look around, there's so much chaos. But can I tell you guys, there is still good and great news. Out of every bad thing, no matter how dark the day may be, no matter how pitch black the night may be, I can guarantee you there will be a new dawn and there will be a new day and the sun will surely rise. That's my spirit. I'm a believer that nothing is impossible for us to achieve. So let me not run my mouth so much because I have a great show for you guys today. Because of the COVID-19 and the impact of it, everything is falling apart, seemingly. But I can tell you underneath it, there is some greatness. And I'm bringing to you today a program that is ripe for such a time as this, because through communication and production and storytelling and narrative changing and shifting, we can change the narrative of everything that's going on. When we pay attention to the ills of society and we can use our cameras and stories and writing to capture it, that's one of the biggest tools we can use to begin to change the things, the ills of this world. So I don't want to waste too much of your time before I introduce this person because half an hour is like nothing. So today I have the honor to introduce a movie because some of you know some of my kids are movie producers. Some of them have earned so many awards. So I understand and appreciate the power of storytelling, the power of using camera to tell the story that needs to change lives or can change lives. And for such a reason, I agree to bring this show to you guys because it's imperative that you all be empathetic, and through empathy, we can bring about change. So I have the honor to bring a show of a brand new movie that will change lives. Doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter if it's here in America or in the Cameroons, any part of the world. Coronavirus has taught all of us that we're all in this thing called life together. There is no more, it is them and us over here. Heck no, today is a new day. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce a young lady. They're the ones that are changing the narrative for the next generation here and abroad. And the movie is called Saving Mbango. When you talk about saving, there's a lot of savings to be happening right now. Are you sitting and wondering what you're gonna do? Maybe after you watch this movie or the trail of it, or listen to I have the honor of speaking today with the person who is actually the PR, her company, Hot Gem, is the one that is promoting this everywhere. We're just trying to give them a little platform to expand that knowledge. And her name is none other than Mbole Ekane. I really want to welcome you from the bottom of my heart to Margaret Speaks platform. It's an empowerment platform where business ideas come alive. I want you to take a few minutes, introduce yourself, but without too much, go into the reason why we're having this conversation about this awesome movie called Saving Mbango and why should people care. We'll get into that in a little later. Welcome to the show. I'm excited to have you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nariki. I really am honored to be on your show today. Yes, I was supposed to be a guest with the producer. Unfortunately, she was not able to make it, so I'll be stepping in for the show. But my name is Mbole Ekane, as you perfectly pronounced, and I'm originally, and I'm from Cameroon, but I spent most of my life in the United States. I'm currently the PR rep for the Saving Mbango team in the US. They have their own representative in Cameroon as well, dealing with Africa. So I'm here today, obviously, because I'm as excited as our team about the movie that just got launched in October of 2019. And right now, we can hands down say it's the most watched movie in Cameroon, or the most popular movie in Cameroon right now, because of the manner in which they promoted the movie from the behind.
Okay, wait. I'm getting excited. Can you step back? Because people are talking about what movie? Can you set the stage about what this movie is about and why, so that they can follow you, so we can put them in the story as we go forward, so that will make them want to know more. Can you set the stage about what about Saving Mbango? I don't want to waste time, so I want to get into the meat of this, because I'm excited equally.
Yeah. So Saving Mbango is, I call it a dramatic love story, which is the setting of the movie took place in Cameroon, specifically in the Southwest region. And it's basically, without giving too much away, it's a story about village love. I think you could say village love. Yes. Between
those are the best kind of love, though. It's pure and original and organic.
Very pure, and the original love, very innocent, and the way that our parents loved back in the day.
Yeah, and it's not transactional. You know what I mean? They don't want to know whether you have money or don't have money or degree. So I get it. Go ahead. I don't want to go ahead. On that one. Cool.
Yes. So it's a story in a village scenario where the movie focuses really on two primary characters, and the main characters are John, who falls in love with a female called Mbango. So that's why you have the title Saving Mbango, because a whole series of things will occur during the movie. So it's just basically a movie about John, and the reason why the movie is so significant in terms of the story is because John faces a lot of obstacles in his life, from his family to even the person that he loves, who is Mbango, because he is the breadwinner for his family. And I'm sure a lot of Africans can relate to that, where you have that one breadwinner who has to carry the whole family on their shoulders.
Yes.
So that's why this story stands out, because of the fact that it goes to an extreme that he's very responsible for his family in a financial basis, and also from a perspective of even being the most educated, apparently, and he seems like he's the patriarch. He takes the place of the father. However, when it comes to his own love interest, they don't support him the way that he would have liked them to support him, just the way that he's supporting them financially. So it's a very, very interesting movie, because a whole series of things lead up to certain things that happen in the end of the movie.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember hearing you say you don't want to give it away. I get it. You know how you're going to watch a movie and there's a lot of, a little bit of, you're like, what happened to that? Oh, you were like, so they just give you a little tidbits to get you. And I think this is so realistic in the sense that if people get to know, because I'm still wondering in my head, what does saving got to do with, right? And that's a bit of that. Don't answer the question, because I'm coming to, because towards the end, without giving too much about the movie, giving away the movie, I'd like you to get into the social utility. Because I talk to my kids about that all the time. I don't watch movies for the heck of watching it. I don't like movies that don't have any social utility to it. What lessons is it teaching me? Is it compassion? Is it telling me to be kind to other people? Is it teaching me something I don't already know? And I'm hoping towards the end, that's not going to be a giveaway, because people need to know what type of social utility comes with such a movie. So let me go back and talk to you a little bit about, because for anyone, like I told you, one of my daughters, Angel Sodureki, she goes by Chukuna Sodureki. One of her movies just made into this Martha's Vineyard. She got into the Oscars program and nomination or selection. So one of the things that I want to talk to you about is about the producer, and you said, unfortunately, I can tell you, I've lived here long enough. I'm a senior citizen for sure. So there are no accidents in life. Whenever something happens, it is always an opportunity for something greater. So means that, because sometimes when you're selling your story, some people don't want to hear, they want to hear from a third party. So it is not accidental. Maybe she's not supposed to tell the story. You're supposed to tell the story. So that way is not biased. You know how other people don't want to, you know how nobody wants you until everybody wants you. So I see that to be a great thing on our behalf. But I want you to tell people a little bit about her, because you don't just get up. Because people want to know you before they want to buy or into whatever you have in your hand. So can you give us, the viewers, a little bit of information about the producer, Ms. Toon? What got her in this lane, and what is she after, and what is she hoping to accomplish with this? Can you hear me? You muted your communication because you can't hear me.
Apologies. Yes. Yes.
But did you hear the questions I asked you?
Yes, I did hear you. I did. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, absolutely. So, most people who probably have known of Stephanie Toon maybe through Saving Mbango don't know that she has an extensive acting career prior to becoming a movie. So obviously, I think the natural transition for her would be to step into the producer lane to also produce other movies with other actors involved. And I know very well she's one of two producers. The second producer we have is Julia Gam. So they co-produced the movie together. And Stephanie was very passionate about the movie. She was not the one who wrote the movie per se. The movie was written by Lino Levert. And when he presented the manuscript to her, she was she loved the story because she knew immediately it's not one of those complicated love stories. We know that love stories will always end one way or the other, but I think it's the process of the movie that actually brought her the most, like the things that somebody will go at length to save their love, especially in a time like today where we're so internet savvy. You know very well that most people start dating, they don't even meet each other. So it was just so refreshing to be able to find a manuscript that brings us back to that time that love was love, very contrasting in today's world. And I think it was the timing.
Yeah, that's really awesome. As you were talking, I was just thinking, because for me, I've been married for like 35 years. My husband, I was one of those that have some people. We have written books actually about our love story, because this day and age, I have daughters that are millennials, and the love story or conversation totally changed. And when somebody meets somebody, they're asking, okay, so how much do you make a year? Okay, do you answer? Wait a minute, what does money got to do with love? And so I must be old school. The reason why I'm excited about this movie and its potential is that maybe part of the social utility. I don't know what you guys have in the objective, because every movie has an objective that it wants to accomplish. Maybe for me, I would love or hope that it would give that authenticity of genuine love, that if you love people for who they are, then everything that they have will come. Maybe it will begin to help to change the sensitivity of the mindset of the millennials and the next generation, that marriage has become transactional. Can you speak to that?
Absolutely, and you said exactly what I would have said. The reason why this movie stood out to both Julia and Stephanie in particular is because of the fact that, again, as I mentioned, there are so many love stories out there, but the way that the love stories are being portrayed today are, even in a village setting, they try to modernize it. This story, they're not modernizing anything. This is just a typical family that has not much. They have to work hard in the plantation to be able to, make their money. And he meets a girl who is special. And she's special in so many ways. And as you're watching the movie, you're thinking, but there are all these other women out there.
Tiny, is there a way can we get a little bit? Because I need have a little tiny bit of that spectrum. I'm hoping the millennials that are watching this or going to watch it, they're looking for tips. You know how many books and so many shows on love goals, love stories, how to find the woman of your life, how to find, just because this is really, really a cool movie, because it may solve the problem that we have these days. So people can go to people for the right reasons, not on any other ulterior motive, just because you want to collect some and make it transactional. So I'm excited.
No, absolutely. And what I would say is that this movie, when you watch the movie, what we want people to take away from it is the fact that you come out of the movie thinking, wow, so people can actually love like this? And are there people that will really want to go above and beyond because they value you, not even as somebody that you're in love with, even as a friend? You know, when you have a very good friend, you would go above and beyond for them, right? And so this is even in friendship, where you see people who they're doing everything because they see value in you, even though you are not perfect. You have faults, are very visible, and everybody else sees it, except for that person who sees your true value, like a rose among the thorns. Most people will not bother, scratching their hands and trying to get the rose, but John did. He knew what he was going. Yes.
Yeah, it's really, I'm so excited. And I hope some of the people that are viewing this right now were able to see the little trailer that showed. But if you missed that, just wait, because we're going to take a quick commercial break to talk about Census, one of our partners or sponsors of the program on DC Census or US Census. Because it's imperative that we be counted. This movie is all about counting. Everything about life is about numbers. So it's important to be counted. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we will continue. And then hopefully, I'm going to get another thing that I'm looking for, where when at the end of this show, everybody is like, where can I go? How can I purchase it? Where can I view this? Is it on Netflix? Is it on YouTube? What are you looking to viewers to do for you? What is your call to action? What would you like them to? And if there's anything else you'd like to share, but I know that because I've seen Stephanie. She's a young, beautiful Black sister. She's very powerful. I know she's going to do some great things in life. So let's take this quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll pick it up from where we stopped.
Hi, my name is Aina Shasval. Family and community are very important to me. That's why today I want to talk to you about the 2020 census and why it's important to help ensure a complete and accurate count of everyone living in the United States, and particularly in our community. Responding to the census helps allocate funding for our schools and public resources such as parks, hospitals, and fire departments. It helps identify where childcare centers are built, where roads are built, where new businesses are open, or how many congressional seats our district gets. The data collected will further affect our nation's ability to ensure equal representation to important governmental and private sector resources for everyone. Responding to the 2020 census allows us to shape our community's future. It is easy to respond online, by phone, or by requesting a physical form of the census. Our responses are safe, confidential, and protected by federal law.
From where every single idea comes alive. We are encouragers, we uplift people. There's no need to be negative because negativism can never mix with positivity. The cans cannot be where the cans are. So this is a platform where we encourage, we share, we uplift and encourage one another. And whatever we can do to help one another leverage, the world is open to all of us. There's enough for all of us. Nobody needs to be better than the other person. We're in this thing called world together. Even if you think I'm different, that's not true. I am because you are. You are because I am. If you're not following me, go to Margaret Speaks page on Instagram, Facebook, Margaret. And I am the founder and president of Witati. I'm here to conquer the world. As far as I'm concerned, nothing is impossible to achieve. So I have the pleasure this evening on Margaret Speaks to talk about a movie that is changing lives already, that is restoring something that is totally near and dear to my heart, which is marriage. I believe in this situation of marriage with love. I'm not talking about people living in the same space and calling it marriage, So this Seven in Mbango is one of those that I believe that's what one of the goals, without knowing what the intention is, that one of the objectives. I want you to take it up from here and tell us, is anything you want to talk about from the perspective of the writers or the producer, or you as a PR company, that you want this movie to do before we get to the point where you won't get a chance to say anything about it at this particular forum. Again, thank you for being here, and you are the PR company, huh, Jeb?
Thank you for having me. Yes, absolutely. And I think I could speak on behalf of all of us. I mean, obviously, we have a movie that we've all watched numerous times already, and we want people to be able to enjoy the moment. It's not just watching the movie, but being able to either one relate to it because you are familiar with that scenario, maybe from your previous maybe background from Africa or when you were in Africa and came back, or it gives you different lessons. I think one of the key lessons in the movie is the fact that, not only did he fall in love with this innocent, beautiful girl, but this girl had so many complications in her own life that it made his own problems look like it's nothing. And I think that's a very important thing that we need to also let people know about, that when you see somebody, you don't know what they're going through. You understand? It doesn't even have to be about love. Somebody is always having it worse till you hear their story, and then you realize how much. Exactly. So that's why,
and that's why empathy is important, and not to judge a book by its cover. And do unto others as written, do unto you, where it is feasible for you to do so. I want you, before we run out of time, tell us a little bit about how people can participate. And even before you do that, I don't even think this is about Africa. This is about humanity. Anyone can watch this movie and take something away from it, because love is universal. It's a universal language. What you can learn from love, you will not learn it from another language, basically. So I think that is imperative that we put that out there, even though the intended or those who would understand it better because of the dynamics of the setup may be this group. But I'm telling you, I've watched movies from China where they'll be scrolling things that you'll be trying to read and go up here and now, But because the storyline is so good, even though it's not my culture, I learned something about it. So that's what I'm hoping this is able to do. Tell us how can people get this? How can people participate in this in any way? And anything else you care to share for that matter?
Yes, absolutely. So the movie, obviously, we've launched it online. We first started with actual premieres in Cameroon, and unfortunately, we were going to premiere it here, but because of COVID-19, we had to sort of jump into the next phase, which was trying to promote it or publish it online. So right now, the movie is available on Amazon, and it's also it's for everybody. So if you don't need to have an Amazon.
Tell people how they can get viewed on Amazon. Can you tell them how they can view it on Amazon?
Yes, absolutely. So when they go on Amazon, www.amazon.com, and again, with different countries, it might be a little step extra. You can just go under Prime Video. When you go under Prime Video, under normal circumstances, it will bring you a whole bunch of movies. You can type Saving Mbango, and it will pop up from there. If you don't have Amazon, say you're using your phone, people use laptops, they use their iPads, download the Amazon app for you to be able to do the same thing. So once you log in, download it, then you'll be given the option to check their categories, and you look for Prime videos, and then you
right. That's true. And I think even simply, I learned this when my daughter, one of our movie called African, what is it? She's reading so many things. Which one was it? No, Plantain and Proverbs. Plantain and Proverbs got into Amazon. She actually receives residual income from it now. So we were trying to figure out a way to cut off so people can even Google, just go on Amazon Prime and you put in the name Plantain and Proverb or Saving Mbango, and it will come out. So that way they don't have to go through so many steps. Technology has evolved that just a little keyword can pull it up. So nobody has an excuse to say, I can't find it. I just want them to do that. Go there and just put on that Amazon Prime, Saving Mbango. You'll be amazed that you don't have to do too much. Somehow it's going to show up. Okay, take it from there.
And it's also on IMDb as well. So when they go on imdb.com, which is a very popular site for a lot of movies, they can just type Saving Mbango in the search window.
Say that again, because some people may not catch what you just said. What was the other platform?
The movie can also be accessible. If you don't want to use Amazon, you can just go on imdb.com.
Okay. Is it free? Is there a cost to it, or what is the plea that you're having? And I can make my own plea because I know what this means. Go ahead.
So for IMDb, it's free. You don't have to download anything. You just type imdb.com, and when you get there, there's like a search window with other options. You can just type Saving Mbango, and it will take you directly to the Saving Mbango page. And then on the page, you will see an icon like a brochure with Saving Mbango. Anything that says Saving Mbango is highlighted. If you click on it, it will take you directly to where the movie is in Amazon Prime.
Okay, so on Amazon, is it also free? Or
on Amazon, no. So on Amazon, it's $6.99. But you don't need to have an Amazon membership or anything. If you already have a membership, it's easier for you to access the account. But if we all pay for it, it's $15.99 if you're watching it.
Okay, cool. All right. I think we've really come to that. I'm very excited about the opportunity and where this is going. I just wanted to ask you, what has the review been? Because people want to know how is it doing already, to the extent that you guys have promoted it. I don't care what COVID-19 is doing. That's a life from the pit of hell. This movie will still do what it was supposed to do. If you guys don't give up, keep pushing here and there. What has the review been from those who have been watching it up to this point? And if there's any other last minute plea or information you would like to share before we round up.
Now, I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but to be honest with you, majority of the people that have come has said they really enjoyed the movie very much. I guess they did not expect it to be the way it was. So that was a very pleasant surprise that they were impressed and they were surprised. Several people actually watched it twice because they watched it alone and then they wanted to watch it with their parents who are from, back home, just to get that feel. And I know we have people that have been requesting to do a review on it. So if you watch the movie, we really would love to hear constructive feedback. We're still growing as well. This is not the only movie we'll be doing, and it's good to see, what people are saying. But so far, the review has been amazing for the most part, unless they're lying to us, which I know they're not, because they post on Facebook. People actually tweet it. I've seen people tweet and tag.
That's awesome. That's exciting. That makes people want to go. So what is all this buzz about? It's Saving Mbango. I need to go figure out. I'm going to save myself after watching Saving Mbango.
For the doubters.
Right, exactly. So we encourage each and everyone. But I want you to, we've come to the last few minutes or so to bring the program to a close. It's not the end of it. It's just the beginning of where you need to go with this. Can you, because I'm a big advocate for what I call the utility, the social utility. What is it that you think, one or two things or three things people can take away when they finish watching this movie? Because like I told you, any movie that I start watching and I'm like, okay, where is this taking me? I don't see how it helped anybody. I didn't see how it's going to solve any problem in the society. I don't see how this can educate anybody. I don't care how nice, whatever. I'm all about fruit. I'm all about impact. I'm all about what. So can you take another second or two, whatever, and just tell us what is the social utility that people should expect to get from this? That may be one of the drivers.
Yeah, obviously they will take away a lot of positive messages, and I think the timing is really important because of what we're going through. They will see that, humanity is set up in such a way that it works better when you are nice to people, when you accept people that are different from you, when you accept people's faults, when you actually see that people are not like you. Diversity is very important. I think that brings that message. There are many people today who are scared to get into relationships with people because they're from different tribes. Why should we care about the tribes? Why should we care about the nationality? If somebody loves you and they're willing to show that, then you should invest in them because that's the person who will be there for you. I think that's a very main key thing. And it's not even only a relationship, it's even your relationship with people. Who's your tribe? Who are the people that will fight for you to the end? And that movie talks about that to the very last minute. Yes.
Yeah. I don't think I could have done a better job to bring this to a close. You did a fantastic job talking about it. I thought it was all intentional, and I'm sure that Stephanie will be very proud of what you were able to cover today. It's an ongoing process. You have to continue to push the narrative. When you believe in something and you invest in it, you continue to push it forward. Somewhere along the line, you're going to catch that break that you're looking for. And if you continue to share the social utility and people continue to talk about it, I'm sure for a fact. I want to welcome you to the show. It was great. I'm so excited. I'm like, okay, maybe for this evening, thank God it's Friday, maybe I need to tell my husband, this may remind us of our old love, what is it, 35 years ago in New York, he saw me, he was like, this is it, okay? And it's been forever. So
that
we
was
may
your
be...
dog. He is your
what
dog.
you say?
I said he is
and
your dog.
Guess what? His name is John, too. My husband's name is John.
Nothing is coincidental.
Nothing is coincidental. So maybe we're going to watch it and see. Maybe it will remind us of those, and it may also help the next generation to know what to look for in a human being. Not the money. I'm not saying money is not important. not the money, not the car. It's about their soul and their spirits and the compassion they bring about, and beyond that, and everything has come together. I want to thank you for taking the time to come on Margaret Speaks right now, the Oprah of Africa, where every idea comes alive. Nothing is impossible when we believe and work together. And for those who want to connect with me as a speaker or to come on the show or what have you, go to margaretspeaks.com, or you can email me at margaret@margaretspeaks.com or margaret@witali.com. Until next time, do something for somebody nice. We are in the hurting times of our life. Don't add to the confusion, because confusion can cause destruction. And when we destruct, and we cannot build when we're destroying at the same time. There is enough for all of us. Doesn't matter what color you are. Michael Jackson said, doesn't matter if you're black or white. When this thing called life the same, let's respect each other. And I'm telling you, we will have the best life ever if we begin to believe in one another and share. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, peace and enjoy your Friday.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sariki. I really appreciate you having us on the team in Cameroon and the United States. It's a pleasure to be on the show. And I do hope that everybody will go watch it. Trust me, you will talk about it. And I know you will you will walk away with a very important message. In short, many messages. So thank you very much for allowing us to use your platform to talk about it.
No problem. All right. Happy Friday, everybody. Go watch 7 in Mbango.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
No, it's that.
You don't know. Sorry. I don't know, say no to read.
I say, that be the one go school. Picking that be the run me. Say I get wish. Say I resemble wish woman. And then big mommy no be getting money for send me for school for different side. Wait till on top.
Nah, John likes Mbango. No, John like Mbango plenty. You know, like
I like him. John, you just sweet my heart. I like him. I like. No, it's that.
you don't know. Sorry. I don't know, say no to read.
I say, that be the one go school. Picking that be the run me. Say I get wish. Say I resemble wish woman. And then big mommy no be getting money for send me for school.